Well, as it turns out, none of that was true. All of that was false. And we know that because the DC District Chief Judge, who he mentioned in his false statement to this committee, said, and I'm quoting the judge, July 2025, Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure 6E allows witnesses like Patel.
The Senate room froze. An FBI director nominee caught lying, on record. Senator Whitehouse did not hold back, and what followed was one of the most brutal takedowns ever seen in a confirmation hearing. Subscribe to the Mind Vista, where political spin gets dismantled, one clip at a time.
With the basic fact behind all of this that the current FBI director pled the fifth in the matter where he ended up providing grand jury testimony. We've never had an FBI director come through this committee who had pled the fifth before. As you know, when you plead the fifth, to do it honestly, you have to have a good faith belief.
The hearing started like a slow burn, but that single line hit like a thunderclap. An FBI director pleading the fifth, unheard of in Senate history. Whitehouse framed it as not just odd, but dangerous. In political terms, pleading the fifth equals fear of prosecution, not confidence, not integrity.
If this were a court, a civil court, a judge would allow an adverse inference to be drawn against the witness who had asserted the fifth. In Patel's proceedings, we were never even allowed to get to the bottom of the grand jury.
Translation? A regular citizen doing this would look guilty. Yet Patel wanted to lead the FBI.
I believe that Patel lied to us in the committee. He said that he couldn't share his grand jury testimony, and I'm quoting him here, because there's a court order on that case, he said. He said again, I can't go into court orders.
But that court order? A total fabrication. Whitehouse came armed with the truth, straight from the judge Patel had invoked.
And I'm quoting the judge, July 2025, Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure 6E allows witnesses like Patel to divulge the contents of their testimony, meaning that nothing was preventing him from doing so before the committee.
Patel's defense collapsed. He was not silenced by law. He was silenced by fear of what his own words would reveal. According to the Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure, Rule 6E does indeed allow witnesses to disclose their own grand jury testimony unless a specific court order forbids it. No such order existed in Patel's case. Thakur, source, U.S. District Court, D.C., July 2025. Ruling.
He said, first of all, I'd love my grand jury testimony to be released. I want it made public. And then he said, I wanted the transcript released, and I will get it to you, sir, to me. I wanted the transcript released, and I will get you the transcript. He said to me,
another twist, another lie. Whitehouse's tone sharpened, his patience gone. He was not just calling Patel dishonest, he was building a case.
So, as it turns out, no transcript was released. He was making up that lie, probably to get away from having to answer our questions. But now we have an FBI director who first lied in committee about a non-existent court order and had that lie exploded by the actual...
The room went silent. This was no longer a disagreement. It was exposure. A U.S. senator accusing a nominee of fabricating evidence before Congress. Patel's credibility was vaporized in real time.
I think on that state of facts, we're entitled to get the transcript that he says he wants us to have, that he says he released publicly, and that the judge has confirmed is not under any...
Two lies, both documented, and now broadcast to the nation. Whitehouse's words hit with surgical precision. each phrase designed to cut through denial. For a Senate veteran like him, this was not theater. It was demolition.
And we'll follow up for further assistance to get to the bottom of this. But I don't think it's asking too much to ask the committee's support, to ask Director Patel to do what he says he has already done, which is to release the grand jury transcript of his testimony and provide it to us. Thank you.
That closing line was not just procedural, it was poetic justice, a demand for truth from a man accused of burying it. Patel's team later confirmed no transcript of his grand jury testimony had ever been released publicly. This directly contradicted his sworn statement before the Senate Judiciary Committee. Source: Congressional Record, 2025. In a world where truth keeps losing ground, moments like this remind us why accountability matters. If you loved watching spin collapse under facts, share this video and subscribe to The Political Breakdown for more fearless debate showdowns. Because here, every lie meets its reckoning.